I wanted to challenge myself today to see if I can make this creamy chicken and garlic pasta in under 25 minutes. That of course makes it easier for you. It doesn't include recording time and stopping and starting and all the things I have to do in the background, but we are going to be using creme fraiche instead of cream. It's going to cut down on the reducing time as well as make the pasta a lot lighter. Also, I'm going to be running the stopwatch for this, so let's get straight into it. I'll push start and let's go. To get things started, place a pot of water over a high heat, generously season it with salt and place a lid on to speed up the process. Let it come to a boil in the background. What I have here is 6 rashers of streaky bacon. You can use back or middle bacon as well. Slice this into strips, then rotate 90 degrees and dice into medium to large size pieces. You can also leave this as strips if you wanted to. I'm using a red onion for this dish, but you can use brown or yellow onion. Slice it, peel it, and then we're going to dice this into small to medium sized pieces, doing that horizontal slice if you think it's necessary, and trim off any excess flesh from around the root. For the garlic, I'm using 5 cloves of freshly peeled garlic. Push the side of your knife down to crush, then roughly chop. You can also grate this and turn it into a paste too. The choice is up to you. And I'm also using 5 grams or 0.2 ounces of flat leaf parsley. Scrunch it up, it will make it a lot easier to cut. Then roughly chop. Just make sure there's no large leaves or stems. The chicken I'm using is chicken breast. I've got 2 small to medium sized chicken breasts here. Put the knife into the side of the chicken breast and slice through, not going the whole way through. This will open it up like a butterfly, hence the name. And we're going to leave it like this. Just creates a better surface area and even cooking. And if they are a little bit larger, you can bang them down a little bit to flatten them. With that all done, place the chicken into a bowl, add in about 2 teaspoons of olive oil as well as 1 teaspoon or 3 grams of onion powder, 1 teaspoon 3 grams of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon or 3 grams of smoked paprika. Season to taste with a little bit of salt and cracked black pepper, makes about 15 cracks worth here. And by the way, season to taste doesn't mean literally, it just means to your liking. Get in there with clean hands or use a tongue if you don't want to touch your meat, then mix this all together, make sure that chicken's changed colour, and you should have something that looks like this. Also, that only took 6 minutes and 13 seconds, so we're pretty much on track. To get this cooking, place a pan over a medium-high heat, add in the bacon whilst the pan's still cold, no need for any oil or fat as the bacon will render and cook in its own fat. Keep mixing this around, we're going to fry this for about 4 minutes or until the bacon's done to your liking. Everyone has a different preference on bacon. I don't like to go too crispy here, but you definitely can if you wanted to. Once you have that done, remove the bacon and leave the fat in the pan. Place the pan back over a medium-high heat. Then we can add in our chicken and we're going to sear this for about 4 minutes on each side. We can flip this over a couple of times if we wanted to, and the time is still going. We're currently at nearly 12 minutes. While the chicken's searing away, remove the lid from the boiling water and add in 350 grams or 12.3 ounces of any pasta of your choice. I'm using bucatini for this. Let it sit for about 30 seconds, then fold it all through and just keep this moving every now and again just so nothing sticks together, and cook this for 1 minute less than the packet instructions. Going back to the chicken, it's been searing away for about 4 minutes. Flip this over and we're going to repeat that same process again until it's cooked through in the center. Should be about 74 degrees Celsius or 165 degrees Fahrenheit internal temp. Remove this and then place it onto a plate to rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. Wipe out the pan and place it back over a medium-high heat. Add in 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of unsalted butter and about 2 teaspoons of olive oil. Add in the red onion along with a pinch of salt. Then we're going to saute this for about 3 minutes until those onions become transparent. They've picked up the flavour from the chicken and they've slightly softened as well. Next to go in is the chopped or grated garlic. Mix this all through, keep it moving for about a minute to get it nice and fragrant, and if it is a paste, just make sure you've broken it up because it can stick together and clump. Turn the pan up to a high heat and add in 1 cup or 250 milliliters of chicken stock to deglaze. You can also use white wine, but chicken stock's obviously their alcoholic substitute. Allow it to deglaze for 2 minutes or roughly by half. It's going to rip all of that flavor from the bottom of the pan back into the sauce. As I said in the intro, I'm using creme fraiche instead of cream. Use 200 grams or 7.05 ounces of creme fraiche. Add that in there along with the chopped up flat leaf parsley. Mix everything together, allow those flavors to become friends, and the sauce will take on a really nice dark golden color at this point. We're going to allow this to simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes. We just want to get it a little bit thick, not too thin. You can adjust the consistency with more stock if you need to. It is also a good time to check for seasoning and adjust if necessary with salt and cracked black pepper.
And once that's reduced, we can add in the bacon bits with any of the fat that may have rendered out in the bowl. Mix that all through, turn the pan down to low, and let this simmer away for a couple of minutes whilst we slice up our rested chicken. Now you can do this however you want. I like to slice this into long strips first, then rotate it 90 degrees and then slice in half just so you get those small little strips. But you can also dice it. You can leave it in bigger fillets if you wanted to, or slice it into quarters, which I nearly did here. But once you have that done, add all of the chicken and any resting juices into the sauce. Gently mix everything together, and if the sauce is too thick, we can start adjusting it with any pasta water that we've reserved, and keep adjusting until you get the consistency to your liking. Remember, you can always add, but you can't take out, so just be careful on how much you are adding. Once you're satisfied with the sauce, add in the cooked pasta. Gently fold all of this through, make sure everything's coated in all of that sauce, and then you can add in more pasta water as well. I do recommend reserving quite a bit, just in case you do need to adjust more. The reason I'm saying that is because creme fraiche is a lot thicker than the cream I usually use, so we might need to thin it down a little bit. But once you have something that looks like this, we can then remove it, serve it up in bowls. This recipe will serve 2 to 3 people, probably 4 if you want to push it, but depends on how hungry you are. Stack it up nice and high, then top it with any chicken and bacon bits. Using some pecorino romano, but you can also use Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, just grate that over. Top it with some more roughly chopped flat leaf parsley as well as cracked black pepper. I used about 5 cracks worth. And what we've just created is this creamy chicken and bacon pasta. It looks incredible, it smells amazing, and it only took 22 minutes and 47 seconds to make, which in my opinion is pretty quick.
So all up, that only took 22 minutes and 47 seconds. It's a quick, simple dish. It looks delicious. There is only one thing left to do, and that is, of course, we can then dig in. There's a lot of flavour going on there, but it's not overcomplicated. Everything goes really well together. You get that nice crispy and smokiness from the bacon. The chicken's juicy. You added all of those flavours throughout the cream sauce. And then that cream sauce is just rich. It's delicious. It's not over the top. Everything's perfect about this. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.